Thanks very much, Last Kerlock. Leader, today I want to raise the issue of substitute teachers, and the reason I'm doing it is because I was speaking to a couple of teachers in my home area of Louth over the last couple of weeks, and it's a really good idea. I find I can do my job a lot better when I actually talk to people who are on the front lines of certain sectors, rather than we're in the Senate like this, or kind of looking at stuff in briefing notes, because you get a theoretical type of view of it. And what I didn't realise until recently was this concept of the 5-day rule. And the 5-day rule is if you're qualified as a teacher, but then you're waiting to get your teaching number, which could take a couple of months, that you're allowed to go in and substitute for 5 days on. You have to take 1 day off, where you're then replaced by another substitute teacher, to then come in and substitute for the final 4 days of teaching. So to me, as someone who's coming into this sector without knowing much about it, it just seems mad to me. I don't understand why it is. And I printed it off the website there, the education website. If you don't have a teaching council number, you can only sub for 5 days in a row. Then you must take a day off, which is replaced by another substitute teacher, to then come in and substitute for the further 4 days. Now, the reason why I just think that's mad in this day and age is because we have a massive shortage of teachers during this COVID era. And surely that should have been a rule that could have, perhaps it's a bit like trying to close the stable door after the horse has bolted. Surely that's something that should have at least been put on ice for the last year, where we had this situation with teachers and COVID. But I would love to have the opportunity, if the Minister is to come into here at some stage in the future to discuss education matters, that we could ask her at least what's the reasoning behind it. To me, as a layman's terms, in terms of education, it seems archaic. Doesn't seem any reason for it. They're qualified teachers, they're waiting to get their teaching numbers, and we're in a dearth need of teachers in the first instance who are willing to come in, step up to the plate during this COVID era, and I think they should be allowed to do so, rather than this type of bureaucracy hindering and holding them back.